Welcome to another Lego City update, as well as, I guess, full Lego tour. So we'll start with city updates. I know it's been a while since the last update, but I think we'll make up for it and we'll go through with all the changes. So first off, we've got a tiled railroad track as well as fencing along the outside of the railroad track so pedestrians don't endanger themselves crossing the track. All right, and we'll take a walk around. So we have Palace Cinema, Parisian Restaurant, Assembly Square, Pet Shop, and Brick Bank. Lots of changes to the train station. It's not yet complete. I wanted to put in some different window section around here because I don't like that current window setup. I'm going to mimic what's on the other side of the train station, as well as put the red line like on this side of the train station. We'll do the same on this side. We've got some landscaping as well as sidewalks around the train station. And then we've got a different fence. I haven't quite decided which kind of fence I like on which side. So I've got a picket fence on this side and more of like the chain link fence on this side. And we'll decide what kind of fencing I like in the future, and I may even just remove the fence. So we've also gotten the cargo train. And the cargo train, we've got a Mega Bloks cargo container on there, as well as the standard stuff that came with the set. Really liked that cargo container, and that's why I picked it up. But as for buildings, we have the Cafe Corner, which is brand new. All right. And then I'm not sure if I had the Fire Brigade in the last video, but also the Fire Brigade, the Town Hall. We have the Detective's Office, as well as the Grand Emporium. And we've got the Quickie Mart, a couple other small 3-in-1 city builds. We've got the Ghostbusters Firehouse. And then it brings us to the residential area. So we have the Simpsons house with their tree house in the backyard, as well as lots of other houses scattered throughout. We have E.T. flying over these houses. And then we've got the Wicked Witch coming over this house with her flying monkeys. And then we've got the park. Come around to the other side. Take a look at the park from the front. So we've got a pathway up to the fountain. Gremlins causing havoc. And a couple of trees in the background. So that's it for city update, pretty much, of everything that's changed within the city. So now we'll take a look over here on the left side. So this is on this stand here, we've got our Lord of the Rings area. So we've got the Fellowship and the Shire, as well as Helm's Deep, and lots of creatures attacking. And then down here we have Marvel spaceships. So we've got the Blackbird, we've got the Avenjet, a couple of Milanos, as well as a few Avenjets. And then we've got, not Lego related, but we've got Halo Nerf guns. So we've got the Needler, the assault rifle, a couple others. And then down below, we've got our Pokemon. So Gyarados and Charizard down there, as well as our plush toys to go with them. Emolga, Blastoise, Charizard, Gengar, and Jolteon. All right. And then over here, we've got our Star Destroyer on the bookcase. And on the wall, let's keep it this way. All right. So this is our Marvel wall. So we've got villains on this side and slowly goes into heroes, but we've got generic Disney characters in the middle as well as Lego movie stuff. That's it for villains. Now we go into more heroes. We've got anti-heroes as well as other Avengers up top and more civilian characters like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We've got Maria Hill, Nick Fury, and then we've got the Spider-Man characters in the middle shelf, as well as his Ultimate Spider-Man helpers, as well as on the bottom shelf we've got all the Guardians of the Galaxy. And then the next one's over. So we've got all of our big figs up at the top with all of our Hulks and other big figs. So then the next one over is more Avengers. And then we have Thor in the middle. And then Captain America, Winter Soldier, and the Hulk figures down on the bottom. And then over to the right even more, we've got Iron Man, War Machine, and Iron Legions on the top and the middle, and then X-Men and Magneto on the bottom. Then we have our Mega Bloks characters. Finish out the rest of the Marvel wall. Then we've got stand for shelving unit for our Black Pearl. And then we've got the Lego calendar, but I also did a pixel art of Houndoom, which brings us over to our other closet here. So in this closet we have a lot of Halo and Star Wars sets, but up here in the top in the front we've got I forget what the ship called. I think it's the Silent Mary from the newest Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And then we've just got some extra storage for extra city layout stuff. So we've got our cargo unloader as well as the townhouse. And then we've got down here, we've got the extra train. We've got the Adventure Time figures, the gas station. And then down here we've got a little bit of a snow base as well as regular base kind of stuff. Lots of weapon crates, weapon cache, and armored guards and droids and just generic little odds and ends, and it's quite a mess down there. And then that brings us over to our workstation. So we've got the Ferris wheel because it's too big to put anywhere. Doesn't fit in the city quite yet, and just nowhere on the shelves. It's too tall to fit on any of the shelves. So this is the workstation that I work at. And so we've got sorting bins, old instruction manuals that got to be filed away, other bags of items that I still have to build. And then we've got the Lego Ninjago City set. So sorry for the shaky camera, but again, no room in the city for this, and it's also too tall to store anywhere else, but so that's where we got it up there for now. This brings us to our DC Comics wall. So starting up top, we've got the Mega Bloks classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Can't really see them very, there it goes, now it's focusing. So we've got a brick-built cases for those, and then in the standard Lego cases, sorry for the glare off the ceiling lights, but we have our Batman figures. So lots of them. The missing hole right here is the Excalibur Batman from Lego Dimensions, so we're going to get that soon and get that placed in here. I tried to place them in order in order of release date. So the last ones being this month's Bricktober figures. And then we've got all of our civilians. So we've got our Alfreds, our Dick Graysons, Commissioner Gordons, and Bruce Waynes. And then on this shelf, we've got our other Batman-related figures. So Red Hood, Batgirl, Nightwing, and Barbara Gordon. And then we have our Robins down below. Then we go into other DC heroes. So up top we have Aquaman and Teen Titans, so Starfire, Beast Boy, and Cyborg. And on the middle shelf we have all of our supers. So we've got Superman figures, Jor-El, Lois Lane, Supergirl, Superboy, and then a few others in between, as well as like the legions of superheroes. So Lightning Lad and Cosmo Boy. And then on the bottom, we have the other Justice League members. And then over to the right, we start to get into the villains. So again, Big Figs up top. And then lots of just generic villains scattered throughout. And over the right, we get more into the more Batman-specific villains over onto these shelves. So we've got our Riddlers and Two-Faces, Catwoman, Penguin. And down below, Scarecrow, Bane, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy. And then even farther right, we have all of our Jokers and Harley Quinns. Again, the hole in the Harley Quinn is for the original Harley Quinn, which I missed out on. We'll try to pick up that figure eventually. I also missed out on the original Bane, but we will, again, attempt to get that into the future and get those into the wall. But other than those two figures, I believe there's one more Batman figure that I'm missing. But other than the Comic-Con exclusives. All right, then let's back up and go into what's in the front. So I'm not going to uncover this right now, but that's underneath this sheet is the 2006 Batman Batcave on a desk, but I've got it covered up so dust doesn't get on there. And then we have our helicarrier. And then we go into our big shelves. So up top, we have the Forward Unto Dawn, as well as all of our character figures for Halo. And then on this shelf, we have our Sandcrawler, as well as our AT-AT and Snowspeeder kind of scene there. And then down below, we go to more Halo. So we've got our dropship there, as well as our Scarab. And then as we go down lower, currently don't have anything sitting on this shelf, extra storage, but on the bottom, we have our carousel stored away. And then we go over to the next shelf where we have the old fishing store on storage for the moment, as well as other big Halo sets. And then the shelf up, we have our more like amusement park stuff. So these are the big Joker amusement park sets, as well as other things that went with other Lego Batman villains scattered in the background there. The next shelf up from that is our Arkham Asylums. So over here we have our old 2006 Arkham Asylum. And then in the middle is the new one from the Lego Batman movie. And over to the left is the one in between. I forget which year this one came out in. And then up above, we've got our Batwing, as well as the Ultimate Batmobile and the other Batcave. I forget which year this one came out in, but I've got that up here. And then at the very top, we have our classic 1960s Batcave, as well as the Ultimate Collector Series tumbler. And then down next to the shelves, we've got extra storage buckets for sorting pieces, as well as to hold pieces. And then into the other closet, we basically have our sports arenas. So we've got soccer arena and basketball arena in there, as well as a couple other older, bigger Technic sets and other builds. And then the rest of the closet is filled with containers with old sets for storage, completely all the way down. And then down here is all of our extra freebie gifts with purchase Lego sets, some of which they've given out multiple times depending on the builds. Like we have about 5 of these piggy banks. We've got 5 of these travel passport sets and lots of these caveman figures. They've given those out a lot. They must have made extras because I keep getting them with other purchases. And then even more down in this bucket is filled with poly bags and other big like canvas totes. Got two canvas totes that were given away as freebies. All right, and that about wraps it up for this Lego City update and massive. Oh wait, there's a little bit more. Completely forgot. So underneath the city, in the residential area, I actually have the Lego Batman movie Batcave down here underneath the city, as it would be, as well as Ninja Turtles lair underneath the city. Almost completely forgot that these were hidden away down here, but it makes sense for them to be on the underground level. And then underneath the city is also tons and tons of storage of other Lego bricks. All right, that about wraps it up for this city update. We'll see you guys next time.